Okay, well, just sitting here waiting for a few people to join me. As you can see behind me, I have the fire going, and it's nice and warm and cozy here in the kitchen. My cup of tea. Oh my God, I forgot my pipe. Hang on just a second. I knew there was something missing. I knew there was something wrong. Something just didn't feel right. You know, I have in my hand here, you notice there's no tape on it anymore. Get it in front of the camera, son. That's because this is a new pipe. And this was given to me by my kids, the ones who are now residing in Ottawa. Realized that me smoking a broken pipe was, I got to learn how to hold this, was not the best. That there had to be a better way, a better method of doing this. So they went out and got me a new pipe, for which I am eternally grateful. So while we get started here, bear with me while I just get this thing going, because I enjoy my pipe, and it's one of the few vices I have, if you want to call it that, or guilty pleasures. And it was funny that I'm thinking about it. The reason I remembered it was I was just running through my mind the different things I wanted to talk to you guys about today. And one of them was this idea about, with our political system, our social climate is a better way to put it, is so badly skewed because of the threat of the Me Too syndrome. And it's about the best phrase I can think of to talk about it. We have, people who are being trashed, men who are being destroyed, or at least that the attempt is being made to destroy them because of some minor indiscretion. Because let's face it, we are not talking about when somebody comes out with these allegations. We're not talking about out and out rape here. We're talking about people who, he made this remark. Or in the case, the most recent case, of course, is of Steve Paikin of TVO fame, who is the host of a show called The Agenda. I'm sure all of you, or most of you, if not all, are very familiar with it. It's a very popular program. Steve is one of the, I'm not big on TVO, but I got to admit, when I sit down and watch him, I get a sense of balance and fairness out of him that you don't get out of a lot of other hosts. There's just a certain amount of credibility that he brings to the table, and I can't quite put my finger on why. But the idea that he would, at a meeting with an assistant, ask a potential person who he wants to interview to sleep with him, a former mayoral candidate, to have sex with him at a dinner meeting with their, stretches incredulity. It's just beyond imagination that someone who is as highly intelligent as he's a member of the Order of Canada, he's the head of, I forget the name of the college or university, and he's also a longtime host. I think his career is about 35 years now. To think that he'd risk it all just to sleep with somebody. Look, I don't know what Steve Paikin's financial situation is, none of my business. But I think if he wanted to find somebody he could hire somebody for that, you know what I mean? Like, he could go out and find himself a prostitute or whatever. That's not, but it's so outside his character. It's so outside. It's just plain. I have no problem believing Steve Paikin when he says, this is nuts. I didn't do this. I wouldn't do this. And both parties to the scenario know that it didn't happen. And I don't know, he did what I think everybody should do when